Today's plenary is not a speech. It's not talking to you. It is a dialogue about the concerns and challenges and opportunities that face us as we challenge the 28-year plague of HIV and AIDS. In July 1981, the New York Times and the LA Times had headlines about this mysterious gay cancer. It hit the gay community like a proverbial ton of bricks. And while there were no medications, no HIV tests, no cure, our community rallied together with a fierce advocacy that put HIV, that put public health, that put gay men on the map. But 28 years later, we are still challenged by stigma, by homophobia, by racism, and we want this plenary session to be not just about the recanting of facts, but it to be about action. So when you entered, you were given a card, and we really want each of you to fill out that card, to get other colleagues and friends to fill out that card, calling and demanding for a national AIDS strategy. When the United States gives foreign dollars to countries across the world to support their HIV efforts, they require that they provide a national plan for each of those countries. That includes the faith community, government, media, and community-based organizations. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do in terms of coordination of care here. And President Obama has committed to this, but he needs our support. So we're asking each of you to do that, but that's not all. But we'll get to that. I'm going to introduce the panelists as a group. It has been really wonderful in our planning over the last 6 or 7 weeks in the dialogues that we've had. Kenyon Farrow works as an organizer, communication strategist, and writer on issues on the intersection of HIV and AIDS, prisons, and homophobia. He is currently a Policy Institute Fellow with the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force and will produce a report, we can't wait for it, about the HIV epidemic among gay men in the United States. Our second panelist, Bishop Yvette Flunder, founded the City of Refuge Community Church, UCC, in 1991 in San Francisco in an attempt to unite gospel ministry with social justice. City of Refuge is a thriving inner-city social ministry that celebrates the radically inclusive love of Jesus. Bishop Flunder serves as Executive Director of the Ark of Refuge, a nonprofit agency which provides housing, direct services, education, and training for treatment for persons with HIV and AIDS. And last but certainly not least, David Ernesto Munar is the AIDS Foundation of Chicago's Vice President for Policy and Communications. As a person living with HIV, David is active in helping influence local, state, and federal public policy on HIV and AIDS. He serves in many capacities, but notably on the board of the National Association for People with AIDS, where he is the chair, and on the AIDS Action Council. Each of the presenters will share some information, and then we're going to do a little dialogue. So our first presenter, Kenyon Farrow.